Hey Jeff here with Digital Trends. We're taking a look at the Samsung Focus 2. This is the newest Windows phone for AT&T and the third one that has 4G LTE. So that's kind of the selling point here. It's pretty much like every other Windows phone mostly. All Windows phones have the same interface. They aren't modified like Android. They all have the shutter button. They all have a 480 by 800 screen. Roughly the same processor. It's got a 1.4 gigahertz single core processor, which runs well on Windows Phone, but you're still not going to be able to get 1080p video or some complex video games and stuff like that. And it's got half gigabyte of RAM. We really wish it could have more RAM. Hopefully when Windows Phone 8 comes out, we'll get that. But as you can see, it is a decent looking phone, feels good in the hand. It's got a 4-inch screen, which is actually a really good size. It harkens back to the original Samsung Focus. There's been two more since then. There's been the Focus S and the Focus Flash. Neither of those, they're called the Focus. They didn't really look like the original Focus phone. But this one kind of brings it back to the old design, has a feel that's similar to the original. The only difference is it's kind of white now. And it's got a little bit of a look kind of like the new Samsung Galaxy S3. So it's got this metal touch to it. Power button's easy to press, volume keys. It's got a 5 megapixel rear camera, which works just about identically to the last one. I'm not really noticing any difference there. It's got a front-facing camera this time. That's become a must-have feature. It's just VGA though, not a very great one. So as you can see, the interface isn't modified too much. There's a little bit of a difference. If we go into settings, there's a couple extra settings. High fidelity position and extra settings. But nothing particularly grand here. There's a few extra Samsung apps if you want to go to the marketplace, but nothing as good as Nokia's apps. Nokia is the only company that's really invested in Windows Phone. But if you can do without a little navigation app, this is pretty much as good as any other phone. The AMOLED screen looks really great on Windows Phone. It has in pretty much every Windows phone that has it. Here's the original Focus. So I'll pull that up. As you can see them side by side here. Pretty much identical look to them. The new one's a little bit thicker, ever so slightly. It actually looks thicker than it is here. And then this is the Focus S, which you can't tell in the video. Its AMOLED screen is not a lot, but it is noticeably nicer. If you look really close at with your own eyes, not on the video, at the original Samsung Focus and the new Focus 2, you can see these tiny little black subpixels. They don't really matter too much, but you can notice them. Those are almost completely absent on the larger 4.3 inch screen of this Focus S. This is still on the market, doesn't have 4G LTE, but it is out there. Costs a little more. But the Focus 2 is a pretty good phone, and the cost is only $50 with a 2-year contract, which is $50 less than the $100 Nokia Lumia 900, which unfortunately we don't have here to show you, but this is definitely a much more comfortable phone than the Lumia 900. Maybe doesn't have as good of a screen or as good of a camera, and of course the special apps. And the HTC Titan 2 is the only other one which has a 16 megapixel camera. That's kind of its big selling feature, and it's got 4G LTE as well. But again, that one's $200. So if you're willing to sacrifice a little bit, you can kind of get a really good deal on a very decent Windows phone. So the Samsung Focus 2 is nothing revolutionary about it, but it's a pretty good phone. That is the Focus 2.